Wine Vault Radio with Jason Bryant from winevaulttv.com.
That works. Jason Bryant from winevaulttv.com, where you find all his videos that he puts out. How many do you do a week? Probably a couple or so?
I've slowed down of late because I was a bachelor.
Because you're getting old, because you had
a birthday
this week.
Yeah, I sure did. It's difficult when you get to 23.
Yeah, and, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, or past 23.
Yeah.
That, and I've been doing a few other things, and so this week I've done 2 already, and I'm doing one today, one of which is with Peter Yeelans of Yeelans Wine, the green, sustainable vineyard down in the Hourtree Valley in Marlborough.
Nice.
That, ironically, I've been really scathing of, but his PR company really wanted him to come on.
Great.
So I'm not sure how many fireworks will be set off, but I'm in a feisty mood this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Jason.
Yes. I was just saying earlier that you can really tell the depth of someone's character, that if they're really happy and shiny in the miserable rain that we've got right now. And I feel quite happy and shiny today.
There's a lot of tired people. You didn't stay up last night?
I would have loved to, and I think that the guys have done really, really well, but my alarm clock didn't go off and I didn't wake up, and actually I'm just quite glad that I didn't really, because I feel so much more kind of fresh and alive, ready for today.
Ready to move on with your life?
Yeah. And the whole reason why I bought a wine of this colour is because the All Blacks play Wales on Saturday.
What colour?
Well, black. It's all
black wine?
Yeah,
licorice wine.
And I bought some chocolate as well to complement this one, because sometimes out of these Cabernet Merlots you get a bit of chocolate and kind of mocha, licorice, cigar box, tobacco leaf.
What is the bottle that you've just opened, Jason?
It is a Mills Reef. I don't know whether you can see that. A 2007 Cabernet Merlot. Now, Cabernet from Hawke's Bay, up until fairly recently, has always been really, really difficult to get ripe. So it's tended to have some kind of green characters. But you'll probably notice, I mean, it's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, it's fairly dark. See that against my face?
It's hard to, I can't really see through it. In fact, not even on the, what are the edges of the glass called? Is there a name for that where you look through the lips?
The rim?
The rim? Can't really, no, not even where you make it go shallow in the glass. You still can't. It's black as the ace of spades. It is.
The ace of spades. That was Lemmy, was it?
No idea.
Okay, it was before your time.
Did I tell you, Jason and everyone? I went to Wanda Jackson earlier on this week.
Who?
Wanda Jackson. She's a rock and roll singer from the 50s, 60s, and now, of course. Rockabilly. Used to hang out with Elvis. In fact, I think she did more than hang out with Elvis by what she was saying on stage.
Right, okay. Mind you, she can say that. No one's going to dispute it anymore. He's certainly not, is he?
Yeah. Great gig.
Really?
Yeah, really, really recommend. If you ever get a chance,
What's
once
her
in a
name?
lifetime
Wanda?
chance. Wanda Jackson.
I know a girl. There's only actually 2 Wandas that I've known. Wanda Slines from when I was in the infant school. Which infant school, for people over here, is between the ages of 5 and 8. Wanda Slines, and she was a feisty character as well. She was tougher than most men.
This is what Wanda Jackson sounds a little bit like. Can you hear that?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
That's rock and roll.
Rock and Billy, rock and roll.
Yeah. And Wanda Harland on Twitter. They're the only 2 Wandas I've known. Well, I don't really know Wanda Harland in Wellington on Twitter, but I know her name. But anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
Wine. Cabernet Merlot. Traditional Bordeaux kind of varietals, where they're blended. Sometimes have a bit of Cabernet Franc, a bit of Petit Verdot, sometimes a bit of Malbec in there, just to blend it and just to make a complete wine. Sometimes we get a bit scared of blended wines.
Yeah. Whenever I see a blended wine on a shelf, I go, oh, they've done that because it's cheap. They had some leftover product, or one of them wasn't very good, so they had to blend it with something else. Is that always the case?
It's not always. Well, it shouldn't be the case. It should be so that you get the best wine possible. And the French have been blending wine ever since they've been. Jesus was a boy, pretty much. And And so that over their years and that history, they've found what grapes blend best. And I think we should use that as the kind of rule of thumb, that I don't think we really need to necessarily blend Syrah with Cabernets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've tried all that.
Yeah.
Let's make our own style from the same kind of blending techniques and grapes and stuff like that, and put our own New World slant on it.
Right.
But she smells quite big. She does have that kind of, at the back, she has that kind of like blackberry character as primary fruit, but then you also get a bit of kind of wood and a bit of cigar, tobacco, chocolate kind of character.
Definitely
really,
very, very heavy.
Really in front of the fire with your slippers and smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have slippers and happen to have a smoking jacket. You probably do, Whammo, do you?
Of course. Always lounging around in my smoking jacket. Boy, that's a mouthful.
It is. It's quite full of fruit, but you can taste a bit of oak at the end. There's quite a bit of oak at the end. Actually, there's shed loads of oak at the end of that.
Yeah.
It's too much for the wine right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
How old is this?
07. 3 years old. Some of the... I mean, it's $20 in store. Not in my store, but in the supermarket right now.
Hint of spice in there.
There's some spice,
but not berry.
All of these characters are coming from the oak. I think there's very little fruit, and it drops away, and there's this big kind of monstrous oak component.
That's surprising that you say very little fruit when the colour of it says, well, this is jam-packed.
Yeah. And on the nose. Even on the nose, there's that kind of oak, but this in the mouth, I've just got oak. It's like eating a forest. And not a pine forest.
Not only eating the forest, but eating the forest floor.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
All the dead and dying and decaying material.
Anyway, let's ditch that one.
Okay. Well, should we have had a bit of chocolate with that? Because you brought in some Whitakers. But
the chocolate will actually now, hopefully, get rid of the taste of the wine.
And just very quickly...
Yeah, Merlot is actually very, very good from the same year.
Okay. All right.
Just
Mills
quickly.
Reef. With something called...
Old Mout.
Old Mout. It's a...
Boysencider.
Right.
It's from Nelson, and you can... If you're interested in seeing what Nelson has to say, like with copywriting, I suggest that you go and buy this, because it's interesting just from the fact that it's got a very Nelson descriptive copy on the back. Talks about resisting temptation. And
cider, of course, we normally associate just with apples, generally.
Yeah, but this is a blend of Old Mout cider and succulent boysenberry wine. So it's another blend. We're blending it up.
Smells.
It smells like a wine.
It does actually. It doesn't smell like a cider at all.
No.
But it smells like cordial.
Yeah, that's probably
as well.
Yeah. A cheap, nasty kind of Pinot Noir. It smells like.
Well, it tastes like a
Alco Pop.
Alco Pop.
Yeah. It really does, doesn't it?
So, I mean, what would define this from an Alco Pop or a cider? I mean, or are Alco Pops kind of like ciders?
They're sweet. I think the thing that's running through both of them is that both Alco Pop and this are very sweet.
I mean, it's nice enough.
Yeah, but, I mean, you could probably sink about 20 of these.
Yeah. You would not know that there was
No.
anything
Which
else.
is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because on the back it says, serve icy cold and enjoy responsibly.
You'd have to tell the kids
Absolutely.
that what you were serving them
Yeah.
was in fact alcohol.
You're over 18 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they would not be able to discern that was alcohol. At all. Which is frightening. You want kind of... When you taste alcohol, you want to make the kind of face go like that a bit when you're young. When you get older and you're kind of an old sea dog,
Yeah.
you kind of don't make any face at all, but kind of when you're young and you make that kind of alcoholic facial expression
Yeah.
like that. That's what you want.
Because you're meant to recoil, aren't you?
Yeah. It makes you wary about getting boozed.
Yeah.
And so, no, I think that's what we need, and that to me just does not do that.
Does not do that. So this is very, very much for you mature drinker.
Yes, very mature. What's the alcohol percentage? See, 5.8%. I mean, that's stronger than most beers. That could end up with a messy Friday night.
Okay, so today we looked at the Mills Reef.
07 Cabernet Merlot from Hawke's Bay, but made in Tauranga.
And the
old Mout Boysencider there.
Boysencider, boysenberry type cider. There we go. Thanks very much, Jason. The winevault.tv.com and also the Wine Vault on Twitter as well.